By the way, spoiler warning in case you didn't know. This video begins partway through Volume 2, shortly after Jinwoo exited the Red Gate. As mentioned in the previous video, Jinwoo is absolutely pissed that his extraction skill failed to resurrect the boss, though he did acquire Barca's dagger, which is an increase in damage along with a plus 10 boost to agility. Arriving to Song-yi's apartment, Jinwoo feels confident that he accomplished his goal of scaring her away from being a hunter. She kindly thanks him for everything before pointing out she'll be seeing him again in just a few hours. That's when he finally notices how late it is and remembers that Jinwoo has multiple C-rank gates planned for today. A couple hours later, Jinwoo steps outside. Jinwoo asks what he's carrying and is told it's needed for today's raids. Since it's nearby, Jinwoo wants to pick up Song-yi, causing Jinwoo to ask if he should begin referring to her as ma'am, so it's firmly explained that he's not dating her. Upon arriving, Song-yi reveals she didn't get any sleep last night, and Jinwoo mentions only having time for a short nap. Completely misunderstanding, Jinwoo blurts out she's a minor, but is asked why that matters all of a sudden. Over at the White Tiger Guild, Heejin finishes her report on the Red Gate, as Sangmin struggles to believe this could be true. Beck exclaims Jinwoo essentially soloed the entire dungeon, and that at best, Beck could only handle a B-rank gate by himself. Then if that wasn't wild enough, it's literally unheard of for a hunter to control multiple summons at once. This begs the question of how much money is Jinwoo worth, followed by the president declaring he believes in Sangmin's ability to recruit him. Hearing this, Heejin offers to assist, since she spent significantly more time with Jinwoo than either of them. Her only demand is that if Jinwoo joins their guild, she gets to be part of his strike team, as she thinks back to how Jinwoo confidently promised to protect Song-yi in the gate. Recognizing a beautiful young woman can't hurt their efforts, Beck agrees, and then asks for Jinwoo's phone number. Sangmin hesitates until the president reveals his intention is to apologize for his rude behavior, though Sangmin wonders why Heejin needs Jinwoo's number as well. Now at the Hunters Guild, S-Rank President Jongin Choi asks if this information has been verified. The director confirms this to be true, and explains that a single B rank along with 2 C ranks managed to survive a Red Gate. Jongin is confident somebody had to have helped them, however the White Tiger Guild is refusing to speak about the incident. Normally, the association would look into this, but since their mistake caused the tragedy, they're remaining silent. So in an attempt to gain information on the mystery helper, Mr. President wants to stir up trouble by leaking info to the media. Inside a gate, Jinwoo is curious what beast they'll fight today, just as multiple stone men appear. Throwing the item to his ally, Jinwoo swiftly kills the beast, but more approach from deeper within. Jinwoo screams as the shadows come to life, and the entire cave shakes due to the army's footsteps. It only takes a few moments for the dungeon to be cleared, and Jinwoo carefully returns the unknown, surely dangerous item. Effortlessly opening the lid, Jinwoo takes a drink. Jinwoo is anxious to see what will happen, but is told it's just ordinary vegetable juice. With the shadows collecting the essence stones, the boys can relax, but eventually Jinwoo nervously and solemnly says the shadows have taken over his role. Then by the end of the following day, all 19 C-rank gates Jinwoo and Jinwoo agreed upon have been cleared. With their objective complete, they celebrate over dinner, but sadly, the system continues to purify all alcohol that Jinwoo consumes. With the 19 gates cleared, Jinwoo can finally get his guildmaster license, and then go confront his father about running their guild. Of course, he'll keep his promise by giving Jinwoo the building, and around this time, our rank E begins pondering how strong he's become. I mean, he knocked out the A-rank troll with barely any effort, so does that make Jinwoo rank A, or maybe even rank S? With their deal complete, Jinwoo wonders what the boss will do next, and is devastated when the boss says they won't be in contact for a while. Anxiously, Jinwoo bluntly asks what the boss thinks of him, especially since the boss is more of an older brother to Jinwoo than his actual sibling. Though to his relief, Jinwoo does in fact think of him like a brother as well. Turning away from the drunken tears toward the TV, President Beck is swarmed by the press as they've heard an unknown outsider help the White Tiger Guild clear the Red Gate. He professionally dodges the question, but they find it suspicious that the survivors are refusing to be interviewed. Angrily exclaiming his hunters nearly died and deserve time to rest, President Beck walks away. Over in the United States, inside an A-rank gate, a lone hunter flees while the rest of his strike squad lays unconscious. Upon entering this dungeon, they didn't find any magic beasts, only a single entity which looks to be an Asian man. Of course, the Americans weren't able to understand its language and wound up attacking this magic beast, but it swiftly incapacitated the squad. Said creature then catches up to our lone escapee, takes a very long moment to think, before speaking in broken English.
"I'm Korean, want to go home."
The United States Command Center is freaking out as this is the first time in history a human has been found inside a gate. If the creature's story is to be believed, he's a Korean hunter who was trapped inside a dungeon 10 years ago. The current concern is whether or not this man is in fact human, or if it's just a new type of magic beast in disguise. Since this creature easily neutralized an A-rank squad, they'll need to bring in an S-rank hunter who speaks Korean. With a call to the Scavenger Guild, Dong-Soo Hwang arrives to interrogate this creature, which deems itself Il-Hwan Sung. In case you don't remember, Dong-Soo is the hunter shown in the anime planning to kill Ji-Nu. Dong-Soo enters the room, declaring it's his job to decide whether or not this man is human or magic beast. Starting off, is it possible for other hunters to return from the gates? No, Il-Hwan claims to be a special exception. Obviously, Dong-Soo wants the reason behind this, but instead, Il-Hwan asks how much he knows about the gates. He's told a war is coming and the most powerful enemy recently awakened. Dong-Soo thinks this enemy would be easier to defeat if multiple hunters work together, but Il-Hwan deems everyone else an amateur, and that he's the only person able to stop it. One thing's for certain, if this isn't a magic beast, then this man has lost his mind, though his appearance hasn't changed a bit for the past 10 years. Reading through the file, Dong-Soo brings up Il-Hwan's family, including his children, Ji-Na and Ji-Nu Sung. Immediately, Il-Hwan asks why he's hostile toward Ji-Nu, followed by Dong-Soo turning off the microphone. Mr. Sung orders him to answer the question, but Dong-Soo just confirmed this creature to actually be a magic beast. Turning the mic back on, the building is told to evacuate, and Dong-Soo reveals he's planning to pay a visit to Ji-Nu, and wonders if Dad has any last words for his son. Now, one thing Ji-Nu wasn't expecting was that the media would learn about someone, aka him, assisting with the Red Gate. Being not too concerned, he looks over his stats and begins thinking it's about time to enter the demon's castle. Chances are it will take multiple days to clear, but he's very eager to get his hands on the reward. At this point, Ji-Nu is passed out drunk, so he looks through his friend's phone, debating if he should call Soo-Yeon Yu to come retrieve him. Deciding against it, he purchases a recovery potion from the system's store, instantly restoring Ji-Nu to peak condition. Together, they depart the restaurant, just as the TV reports on an explosion at the Hunter Command Center in the United States. With the demon's castle ablaze in front of him, Ji-Nu pulls out the key, followed by the system asking if he'd like to enter. With a dagger in hand as his only comfort, the large doors slowly swing open. He doesn't sense any monsters nearby, followed by a new quest screen appearing. The objective is to collect 10,000 demon souls, and has a generous reward locked behind it. A lone hunter might find 10,000 souls to be an outrageous number, however Ji-Nu no longer fights alone. Of course, stat increases are always welcome, but the real question is, what item should he acquire? Accepting the quest causes an XP and soul counter to appear, however there doesn't seem to be any time limit. Looking over the ruined city reveals a white column of light stretching into the sky, so Ji-Nu begins to walk, slaughtering numerous low-level demons along the way. In his office, President Beck receives a call from Young-Gu Min, and after briefly discussing the Red Gate, it's revealed Japan is seeking an audience with all high-level Korean hunters. This has to do with the S-rank dungeon break of Jeju Island, specifically the fact the ants are beginning to evolve, and that some have even grown wings. After 2 hours, he's collected 309 souls, a boatload of EXP, and numerous item drops that sell for decent money. A short time later, he acquires an entry permit for the second floor, which makes him wonder if there'll be 100 floors just like the real Daesung Tower. Summoning Tank, aka the largest bear, Ji-Nu hops on its back riding off toward the column of light. Stepping into the magic circle, he teleports to the next floor, and 2 full days later, he's made it to floor 27. In preparation for this, he told Gina he'd be gone for a full week, but at this rate, he may be done sooner than expected. Though as the floors go up, the demons grow noticeably stronger, as the XP gained per kill increases as well. Alongside his overall stats, Ji-Nu's specific skills have also been leveling up, and at some point, he begins to wonder if Ji-Nu has acquired his Guildmaster license yet. Arriving to the private room, his father states this is the first time Ji-Nu has asked to speak like this. Immediately handing over his license catches Dad off guard, though he rightfully assumes Ji-Nu is wanting to lead the Eugene Guild. Giving numerous more reasons he should be in charge, Dad cuts him off, as Myung-Gwan Ko, a survivor of the Red Gate incident, enters the room. It's revealed that Ji-Nu was inside the gate with them, and Ji-Nu excitedly listens to the story of how the boss cleared the gate solo. Then his heart drops as Dad reveals that he knows Ji-Nu leveraged this fake E rank to help him obtain his Guildmaster license. Gritting his teeth, Ji-Nu asks for permission to lead the guild, and Dad gives it to him, with a condition. Shocked, Ji-Nu points out that he purposely deceived his father, but Dad doesn't care and would be more upset if Ji-Nu was recklessly tackling dungeons without a plan. Now Dad agrees to appoint Ji-Nu as the guild leader, but only if he can successfully recruit Ji-Nu into their guild. Honestly, Gino isn't confident that's even possible, but accepts the challenge if that's what it will take to reach his goal. And this father is very happy to see his son so excited and motivated. On floor 51, his soul counter is over 4,000, while his player level has reached 69. Nice. Sadly, Shadow Extraction doesn't work on the demon corpses, however he is up to 900 million gold in the system store. Deciding to continue hoarding his wealth, Ginu notices a massive demon, Avaricious Vulcan Lord of the lower floors. Summoning his army, Ginu debates how to handle this, but ultimately decides he should take on the big bad himself. The mages open this battle with fireballs. Vulcan crosses the distance in an instant, swinging down his massive club. Iron blocks the blow, essentially sacrificing his arms, and Ginu's fist sends Vulcan flying backwards into a nearby building. The system pings as Vulcan activates its rage skill. With a shout, Iron hurls its shield, which Ginu uses to withstand multiple strikes from the demon. At the first opening, Ginu leaps, but Vulcan baited him into the air. The ruler's hand narrowly allows him to dodge. Running straight into and up a wall, he leaps backwards, landing a clean slice on Vulcan's neck. Then as the demon panics, attempting to stop the bleeding, another 4 strikes swiftly end this battle. That one boss was worth 72 demon souls, plus 2 level ups, and turning back he confirms his soldiers have nearly cleaned up the minions. This kill has earned Ginu multiple items: Demon Monarch earrings, Sphere of Avarice, and a material item named World Tree Fragment, which is apparently used for crafting. It turns out the earrings are one part of a 3-piece set, which gives a set bonus when worn together. Equipping the Demon Monarch earrings, he turns his attention to the Sphere of Avarice, which is used to double the effectiveness of magic. Our hunter then gets an idea, hands the sphere to a mage, which casts a fireball twice as large as normal. An item of this magnitude has never been found before. Wait, if these items are not restricted to himself, then could Ginu sell the Sphere of Avarice to another hunter? Keechul has been staking out this apartment for the past 3 days, but is yet to see Ginu. After reporting this to Sangmin, Heejin returned, stating that Sangyi told her that Ginu was away on a trip. Even so, it's still odd, as Keechul confirmed Ginu hasn't left the country, or had a single bank transaction since he disappeared. To make it even more mysterious, his phone was last pinged in the middle of the city. Could he have been kidnapped? Both burst out laughing at the thought. Currently on floor 74, Ginu's progress has significantly slowed due to frequently battling high-ranked demons. Also, since floor 70, the air has become so hot that his HP is constantly being drained. This makes him think that it might be time to leave and search for some heat-resistant gear, especially since the Sphere of Avarice will surely cover the cost. I mean, it's been 6 full days in here, and the quest counter is at 9,624 of 10,000 souls. With one more day, he really could complete this quest, so he steps into the light, moving up to floor 75. As the light fades, Ginu is immediately greeted by Metis, Guide of Souls, a skeletal mage who instantly summons thousands of undead to be its army. With so many corpses in front of him, there's only one thing to do:
arise.
Successfully adding hundreds of shadows to his army. Only a few moments later, Ginu reaches and kills the boss, scoring him 220 demon souls along with 2 more level ups. Then since he only needs 29 more souls, he quickly ascends to floor 76. Dongsu bolts awake to find the assistant director asking if Il Huan is really a magic beast. This assistant director dares to imply that Dongsu purposely attacked a human, as a phone is calmly handed over, displaying a video of Il Huan rescuing civilians from the burning building. Refusing to change his stance, Dongsu demands to know where Il Huan went, but is told he escaped, as it's not like anyone is strong enough to stop him. With the assistant director gone, Dongsu thinks back to their battle, where in a split second he found himself underneath Il Huan's foot, being warned to never set foot in Korea again. Thus, Dongsu vows to capture Il Huan, after first acquiring some better gear. Slaying another archdemon pushes his quest counter to 10,001 of 10,000 souls, completing the quest. Wasting no time, he opens the first reward, which allows him to choose any item he wants. Then thinking back on the previous choice that brought him here, Ginu chooses a cursed mystery box.